Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Nohelani Graf. Police are trying to track down the last person to see what happened. We have breaking news in the case of a missing Gresham woman. Within the last hour, investigators announced the body has been found. Our graveyard shifters, I wanted to put you to bed and then wake you up bright and early.
I do have a great seat, one of the best in the house, because it really lets you hear the excitement, feel the excitement.
The lights are up on Broadway. The Lord Liebrick Theater has a new space and a new name. A very new video, new information coming into our newsroom from Japan, and the images are just unbelievable. Great timing to talk about solar power today because we got plenty of it, but it sounds like it is limited. Full disclosure, this next story has been featured on MSN and Yahoo News today, but I do have a personal connection, and I'll tell you why in a sec. For now, I'm going to log a little serious anchor time with my friend Mark here and see what the crack of dawn actually looks like. It's been a while. Now let's talk about Washington's new marijuana law. Smoking pot is now legal in our neighboring state. It may be a first in the nation, but some are still not exactly sure when and where it is okay to light up. Now, Drew Wadier got the all clear to be transported to a San Diego medical center, and that trip happened late Wednesday night. Take a look at the new pictures posted by their loved ones of Drew being loaded into an ambulance in Mexico. New today, we get to see how police mapped out that uptick in crime. There was also a spike in car break-ins. But get this, most of the crimes happened between 5 and 7 in the morning. You were possibly awake making coffee. Coming up new at 6 on News Source Today, with all of these thefts and burglaries happening in one section of town, Eugene police say there is a measure you can take to protect the information you leave in your car, and it involves your address. That part of our crime tracker ahead, new at 6 on News Source Today. Back here at home, Eugene City councilors want to know what you envision for the future of Eugene City Hall. Should they rebuild, remodel, or relocate? The council is close to a vote, but first they're asking for public opinion to help shape their decision. It's finally starting to feel a little bit more like the Christmas season outside, getting cold.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody get me a venti non-fat something with stat.
You'll be able to find it no matter what.
The roar of flames.
Pretty crazy. It's really went up pretty high in the past, I don't know, 5 minutes that I've been here.
Fireballs breaking out windows.
Horrific sight.
Crowds of neighbors are drawn to the curb, watching a massive fire grow by the second in Springfield. Meantime, the 3 men who live there tried desperately to save their home.
Miguel told me that he went in to take a shower, and then when he came out, the backyard was on fire and his room was on fire.
We grabbed a hose and I started trying to put it out. It was around front, on the side. It was starting to get on our side of the duplex as well.
Then an explosion as the fuse box blows up.
It was an electrical fire. It was burning up the telephone pole. 2
cars in the garage helped fuel the flames. It took 24 firefighters to keep it from spreading, let alone put the fire out. Within an hour, the house is gutted. The men who live there have lost everything.
These are all I own now.
It was just starting to sink in that this isn't a spectacle that's going to go away in an hour and I get to go home when I'm bored watching it. I don't have a home to go home to.
He flew up there last Friday, I think it was, and today he had a spacewalk.
Rhoda Love's phone has been ringing all day, family and friends wanting to share in the excitement of her son stepping into space.
Glued to our TV sets. Yeah.
Monday morning, Rhoda and her husband Glenn clung to each other as their son, the astronaut, went to work.
So he's suspended out there and his feet are kind of locked in to something. So that's good, because otherwise, don't you know, a mother would be thinking, God, what if he floats away, you know?
It's a moment Stan's dreamed about since he was a boy.
Teachers always brought the television set into the classroom for important space events, and he was just fascinated by that.
And on that fateful day when an American stepped onto the moon, it was a giant leap for mankind and a life-altering moment for Stanley Love. Now his mom is emailing him in space.
I'd asked him, what's it like? And he said, strange and wonderful. So that's sort of the way we feel. You know, it's kind of a combination of, well, we're a little nervous, but we're just thrilled.
Stan has talked about what eating and sleeping are like when you're weightless.
In our family, we have discussed going to the bathroom.
But Rhoda still has lots of questions, so her next mission will be to pick her boy's brain.
He's a guy of sort of a few words, let's put it that way. So if I could just get him to sit down here in a chair in the living room and just sort of talk me through the whole experience, I would love that.
And I'm Nohelani Graf, live at Hayward Field, where thousands of people have already come to get their first taste of the Olympic trials. Not much happening on the track tonight. The only noise out there, leaf blowers, cleanup crews soaking up all the water from earlier today. But hours ago, it was anything but quiet out here. The athletes put on a show that gave the fans something to cheer about. Gold medalist Bruce Jenner was also here, and he's in town with his sons Brandon and Brody, and they caused a lot of excitement today at the Inn at the Fifth in Eugene. They actually brought their own camera crew. E is filming them as part of their reality TV show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. News Source 16's Angela Brower caught up with Bruce earlier today and talked to him about his return to Tracktown. You know, a lot of effort has gone into making this a memorable experience for the fans as well. And one place that you can get in where you don't need a ticket is the Fan Festival. It's totally free, and it's right next to Hayward Field. Right at the starting block, you'll find all kinds of games like balancing beams, hurdles, even video games. Two at the trials starts pretty early. The Fan Festival opens at 8 o'clock. You can catch a free shuttle from Autzen Stadium, South Eugene High School. Those start running about an hour before, and then the track and field events kick off at 9. Ryan, everybody's got to get down there. It's so fun, and we've talked about this earlier today. I think one of the coolest things about being down here is when you hear on the loudspeakers when they say, the second fastest woman in the world is on the track, or the highest jumper in the world. I mean, it really, when you think about it, it's amazing to be here.